2019 was a tumultuous year for law on YouTube. This is its story. Are you camera ready?
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, I make vlogs. Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and it's vlog time. For those of you who don't know me, I am Viva Frei, a Montreal litigator turned YouTuber. I do these things called vlogs. Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber. I am Viva Frei, a Montreal litigator turned YouTuber. This is Pudge. And welcome to the vlog, dog. Barney, look over here. There you go. My videos are basically legal breakdowns, explanations, analyses of things that are going on in the real world. And the first question that the court had to adjudicate on is whether or not they even had the power to adjudicate on what are prerogative powers of the Parliament.
This judgment is the unanimous judgment of all 11 justices.
So a Canadian couple was arrested for impaired driving, both of them, at the same time, in the same car.
This is not going to be the most shocking part of this vlog.
You're not going to give me a statement as to what happened? Not right now, no.
Under the Criminal Code of Canada, impaired driving doesn't mean that you actually have to be physically driving the car in order to be committing the offense. But something else that this story perfectly illustrates from a legal perspective is when you are being arrested by the police.
Stop talking.
When police are there investigating you, do not talk to the police. You are not going to get them to stop investigating you.
Juicy Smouye. Y'all never heard of Juicy Smouye?
No one is going to accuse his attorneys of lacking creativity. So what are Smollett's attorneys arguing here? It's actually kind of interesting. They are arguing that the city of Chicago is attempting to recover the costs of an allegedly false statement made by Jussie Smollett, the charges of which were all dropped against Jussie Smollett. This perverse tactic is entirely at odds with the form, function, and prior use of the FSO and CRO, which by design allow the city to impose penalties and recover costs where a party has violated the law. This ever-deepening hole that Jussie Smollett keeps digging for himself. And I have been accused of being overly empathetic to a fault, in that even in the hottest heat of battle, I can still see the humanity in my adversary and my enemy. People,
It is happening.
groups are actually starting to sue YouTube. Ow. It's God punishing me for Schadenfreude. So PragerU is suing YouTube. I got a copy of the proceedings and I said I have to do a vlog on this.
What could conceivably happen?
When the largest search engine owns the largest video hosting platform and can create algorithms which dictate or influence the information you get when using either of those platforms. Just use your imagination. A multi-billion-dollar corporation gets busted breaking the law, enters into a nominal settlement, and shifts the onus of compliance onto its users.
In order to help you comply with the law, we're now required to ask you to mark all of your videos as made for kids or not.
And now YouTube, in having shifted the onus onto the content creators themselves, can now wash their hands of responsibility and say, FTC, don't come after us, go after the content creator. They are the ones who misrepresented the nature of their video at the upload stage. So apparently there's another YouTube lawyer out there and he wants to call me out on my analysis of the Nicholas Sandmann judgment?
And one of my favorite YouTubers, Viva Frei, did some great videos about the case, but I'm going to tell you something. His analysis was wrong.
What kind of YouTube lawyer calls out another YouTube lawyer? And this
Mansplainers
is where Legal Eagle loses the argument. I don't mind being criticized and I don't mind disagreement. In fact, I like critique. It builds character and it contributes to the overall knowledge base. Without critique, what are we? I didn't want to do another one of these videos, but I got about 30 seconds into Legal Eagle's most recent video on the quid pro quo Trump administration impeachment ordeal.
Taylor was asked to testify as a witness to the investigation into the Trump administration's efforts to pressure Ukrainian president, as well into the company Burisma for the purpose of eliciting or fabricating dirt on Hunter Biden. Fabricating.
The bias is strong with you.
Taylor famously texted on September 9th, "As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign." To which Gordon Sondland replied 5 hours later.
5 hours later.
Emphasis
It took a whopping 5 hours for Gary Sondland to finally respond to Bill Taylor's smoking gun of a text confirming the quid pro quo. The same red flags went off in my head as well, and it was only people in the comment section who brought to my attention that the 5 hours in between Bill Taylor's smoking gun of a quid pro quo text and Gary Sondland's response was from midnight to 5 in the morning, at the very least from what we see on the texts themselves. Legal Eagle is a lawyer, I am a lawyer. Any lawyer is going to tell you that when you receive a text, email, letter, any written correspondence that starts with "as discussed," very rarely is what follows actually as discussed.
Hearsay can be much better evidence than direct, as we have learned in painful instances, and it's certainly valid in this instance.
Ow! And although these hearings for the most part are nothing more than political grandstanding and political theater, they are nonetheless educational to watch from a legal perspective.
Never is hearsay evidence better than direct evidence, period.
Typically, people understand hearsay evidence as being someone told me something and now I'm telling it to you without having that person say it directly. And that understanding of hearsay evidence is accurate enough for all intents and purposes. But hearsay evidence is either a written or verbal statement made out of court but presented in court to prove the truthfulness of that statement. And it is generally considered to be inadmissible. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in understanding the respective positions for and against the impeachment of Donald Trump according to the constitutional legal experts? Scale of 1 to 10, 5 being the highest. We heard witnesses of fact testify, and the other day we heard the constitutional legal expert witnesses testify on law. And the object of their testimony was, are the facts as we currently understand them today sufficient to warrant articles of impeachment against the president? In my last video, I talked about the need for the appearance of objectivity of any expert testifying on a subject. And to that end, I dissected why it was that Representative Matt Gaetz was going after the expert witnesses for having contributed to the campaigns of Obama, Elizabeth Warren, and Hillary Clinton.
Professor Carlin, you gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama?
I have no reason to question that.
And you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton?
That's correct.
Why so much more for Hillary than the other two?
Because I've been giving a lot of money to charity recently because of all of the poor people in the United States.
Well, those aren't the only folks you've been given to.
Again, agree or disagree with them, it's just important to understand the argument. A lot of people are going to say that this definition of impeachment effectively renders the Democratic Party investigation proof, because by definition, investigating your political adversaries would be a personal benefit. That said, in order to be fair to the counter-argument would presumably be that there are proper channels to do it, and that strong-arming a foreign president into digging up dirt is not the right way to do it.
How does this trend comport with how the founders understood impeachment should operate?
Well, I believe that the founders certainly had aspirations that we would come together as a people, but they didn't have any delusions. It certainly was not something that they achieved in their own lifetime. I think that the greater thing I would point to is the 7 Republicans in the Johnson impeachment. Once this set the example of impeaching a president for what, when the excitement of the hour shall have subsided, will be regarded as insufficient causes. No future president will be safe who happens to differ from the majority of the House and 2/3 of the Senate. I cannot be an instrument to produce such a result, and at the hazard of the ties, even of friendship and affection, till calmer times shall do justice to my motives, no alternatives are left to me.
We're going out for breakfast, and then afterwards, I'm doing a breakdown of Michael Avenatti's indictment on wire fraud and, what was the other one? Aggravated identity theft. Remember when I told you that there's a reason why people hate lawyers? Oh gosh! After receiving the money into that account, Michael Avenatti, the defendant, used it for his own purposes, including, among other things, to pay employees of his law firm and a coffee business he owned, to make luxury car payments, etc., etc. When a lawyer receives funds for and on behalf of a client that belong to the client and not to the lawyer, those are called monies to be held in trust. It does not go into that lawyer's bank account. It has to, by law, go into a trust account. A second payment of the doors. Yes, the cupboard doors are closed today. And then at paragraph 35, we see what is referred to as a forfeiture allegation. Now, under American law, there is something referred to as civil forfeiture, which is a topic in and of itself. If we are making predictions, I think Michael Avenatti just bought himself a front row ticket as a defendant to a civil lawsuit by Nike against him for extortion. If you came looking for a fart joke, you are going to be thoroughly disappointed.
The evidence is uncontradicted that the president used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election.
Okay, that was embarrassing.
It also made its way all the way up to Howard Stern.
Yeah, a lot of people have written me about this fart gate on Hardball last night.
I was brought up with an expression that you compliment in public and criticize in private. And now you know your vlog. Peace out. 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 But at least now you know your vlog. Peace out. Now you know your vlog. Peace out. And now you know your vlog. Peace out. Now you know your vlog. Peace out. Keep calm and vlog on. How awesome is that? Anyhow, at the very least, now you know your vlog. Peace out. Woo, I feel like Eminem. Nothing like Eminem, but whatever. Maybe if I just do this. Now I feel like Phil Locke. All right, peace out. Boom! Now you know your vlog. Peace out. Boom! Oh yeah, and don't drink and drive.